Hello, welcome to December's writing vlog. Today is December 1st. I've written 0 words. However, I figured we should just get some stuff out of the way. When we're working on the whole point of this month, whole 9 yards. Do I have direct writing goals? Do I have direct word count goals? I'm going to try to come in here and update you every day. I'm not going to update you every day. We both know it's not going to happen, so I'm not even going to try to commit to it. First things first, I do have a book coming out this month that's already out to the public, so if you want to read it, totally can. And that is Mr. St. James. This is the third and final book in my trilogy. And because end of the year content just came out on my channel, I've been doing logline for end of the year content, and so I figured we would do log lines for this. The first book is Gunshot Residue. Its logline is your husband's secrets enough to shatter your world. P49 is the second book, and its logline is what are you really capable of? And then the third book, Mr. St. James, its logline is how far are the bounds of love? I also have been talking about how that's in already marriage. These are spicy books. The most spiciest is the third one. However, I would say the first one also is pretty spicy. The second one, not very spicy at all. There's like one very integral spicy moment, but it's like one integral spicy moment, you know what I mean? I talked about this quite a bit, and so another way that I can kind of try to tell you on my book, since this is already a vlog, and these are the books I have. Gunshot Residue is like they're on the outs of their marriage. It's the whole point of the book, is that they feel like there's something wrong, and so they're kind of lovers. The second book introduces the quality of enemies, and the third book is they're full enemies, and they're trying to figure out if they could come back from it. And so it's kind of like, you know, if we're trying to drop them down into just a little bit of plot summary. So there you go. Those are my 3 books. If you want to read them, you totally can. In the month of December, you'll see me celebrate the release of Mr. St. James. It comes out a week from tomorrow. In reality, the book's been out. Okay, by the time this video goes up. That being said, what else are we working on? What's the whole point of this month? The whole point of this month is actually to finish a project called The Muse. I've talked about it before on the channel, but I'll quickly talk about it. It is a fake dating dual POV first person contemporary romance, and that's all I've really given away. Because I'm tired, I'll give you away the first letters of the first two main characters, and which is N and C. It is gay. It is, you know. Also, see, it's interesting because like Mr. St. James is spicy. Okay, there's quite a few different spicy sequences throughout the book, and she's a shorty too. Like, you know, she's like 132 pages. So like having multiple scenes, pretty incredible. Whereas like The Muse is gonna have like 1 or 2. Am I hoping that they're gonna be long and inventive and very intimate and very like, you know, something different? Yeah, I am. That's the goal. However, I think it's very important to understand, you know? Do you care? I don't know. I am also going to be working on a secret project, hopefully this month as well, which is something very vastly different from what I just talked about, and I can't tell you anything about it, but I will tell you this much, because at the end of the month, we will go over the final word count for this month as well, and if that number doesn't make sense, that's the reason why. Currently in the Muse, I have 56,236 words, and so if we're talking goals, like in general goals, that is where we're at. That is, I guess, my in general goal. However, in reality, it's like 76,000 words due to Secret Project. I would like to finish Secret Project this month as well, but we'll see. We'll see. We're having weird stuff happen with work, and I'm not trying to work on that. Secret Project's only, I'm gonna try to work at like on my off days. In absolute reality of everything going on, The Muse is the top priority, as that is the book I want to finish first. The Secret Project, it's a very long way out, so The Muse is more important and thing. That's what we're working on. I don't have plans to work on anything else. Nothing else is dated to be worked on. Like would be Tommy's book, and The Muse and Tommy's book are very similar in the sense of the word of like they're both first person, they're both romances, they're both having to deal with like complicated situations in small towns and stuff, and so like it's too similar for me to work on them simultaneously, and so that's not the plan. And I guess I could start my little sister's fantasy book. I don't think that's gonna happen either. I think we're just gonna be dedicated to The Muse, and I'm loving the writing of it right now, so like I'm not mad. That's my first intro for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hello, I want to come here and update you guys on the writing portion. Today is December 5th, and I figured you guys deserved a little bit update. Writing has been going the first 2 days, December 1st and 2nd. Writing did not happen. December 1st, I slept the whole day because I was coming off of a night shift. Tonight is a night shift. My husband will sleeping all day tomorrow because he's working at 16. So we do get to work together today. And then the second, I don't remember, life has been stressful. However, I did get some writing done on the third. I got a little bit more writing done on the fourth. So the third, I got 1,286 words. The fourth, I got 1,456 words. Our manuscript currently, because this doesn't have like the total that you would be interested in, currently sitting at 24,657 words. Our new document that we're currently writing in, sitting at about 1,000 words, so we're probably about 26,000 words is my guess. If I had to put a number on it, my goal today is to write about 4,000 words. And 2,000 words for today, 2,000 words for tomorrow is how I would divide them up. Even though I'm writing them on the 5th, technically I won't start writing until probably 11, maybe even midnight, so it will be more like the 6th anyways. However, I work with a friend tomorrow, so I'll get a little bit of writing done. However, I have a feeling I'm going to be exhausted. I'm coming off of a night shift and I don't go to bed till like 8 or 9 in the morning. I gotta be up, moving and everything and grooving by like 1:30, maybe 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So like I just feel like I'm gonna be tired. We're gonna be talking a lot. I haven't seen her in a minute. We're gonna try to get the words done tonight is the goal in an 8-hour period. I'm cool with whatever. It's a weird schedule. It happens. We'll just play it as it goes. Alright, the being said, I'll update you guys in a few days when I have more things to update you on. I don't remember the last time we updated you, so I want to come in here and do a quick little chat. Yes, a little chitty chat. We are working in December. December 7th, I ended up writing 550 words. December 8th, I wrote 2,283 words, bringing our grand total for the official project over 30k. That's so fucking cool. And then also for like actual working number is 13,582 words, which is also pretty fucking cool. I put a goose egg for today. Today is release day for this book. It comes out today. You can officially buy it. It's not wide. I'm having some issues. I can't get the cover right for some reason for Ingram Sparks. I've submitted it now like 4 times, so we lucky number 5 will be the way to go. The reason why the paperback was never up for pre-order, I've had this up for pre-order for like 3 weeks, the longest pre-order out of all 3 of them, and I was so certain I was going to get the paperback up. It's fine. It didn't happen. I'm not mad. However, if you want the paperback, it is up on Amazon, so you can get both. The link is in my bio, my website, which is the easiest way to read these. Now you can read the entire trilogy. That's so fucking cool. Like it's all out. You can read all 3 books. I've never said that. I didn't say that before. It's been out for a few hours now. It's super fucking cool. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I think this is a perfect binge read and stuff, and I'm excited to start working on the bind up. And the bind up's release date will get announced in the beginning of the year. I'm super duper excited about it as well. But yeah, all 3 are out. You can read the entire GSR trilogy right now. It's amazing. And I love the Muse. Oh my god, I'm fucking obsessed with this book. My brain would not stop thinking about it yesterday whatsoever. I'm like madly in love and obsessed, and I'm talking about it so constantly with everybody around me because I cannot shut up about these characters. I cannot shut up about everything that's going on in these books. I'm just so fucking happy and excited, which makes me very happy to be able to talk to you about it soon and be able to tell you a little bit more information about it soon. And that stuff is all coming in the new year. It is just coming out of me when I sit down to write and I put a timer on and I get focused. And I can write like 700, 800 words. That's not really something I have experienced since writing Project Sarah, and I thought like that feeling was kind of gone because I talked about this a little briefly. These are in third person, and third person is a writing style that I do enjoy. I do think every story is on their own pathway. These could not have been written in first person the way I wanted to tell its story. I wanted Alex to have as much of a person, like a POV, as DeMarcus did. However, I could not write DeMarcus's POV the way I wanted to if it was written in first person. And so it had to be a more third person, kind of taken away from the viewer experience while still also allowing you in, which is not something, it's possible, but it's not super easy to do in a third person type of situation. However, I do sometimes feel detached from these characters because of it, because I didn't get in depth in their heads. I mean, I got as far as I possibly could go, you know what I mean? I feel like these are they're very bright, they're very three-dimensional, and you know, they have all the working parts. That's all what I mean. There's just something so much more intimate about a first-person POV where when you're directly, like, deeply inside someone's mind, and that's what the Muse is. And I've never written a dual POV book before, and it's life-changing. It's truly fucking life-changing. I don't even know how to describe it. My mind is blown, and I'm just so immensely happy every time I sit down to write, which is not something I've experienced. Also, I'm as excited as you are as the reader to be able to, like, I feel like I'm reading it while I write it for the first time, which is not something else I've experienced. That could be because there's been such a big detachment from the outline to the actual writing process. I don't know. And you might be telling yourself, well, Project CFR is also written in third person. Do you feel the same way? And somehow I feel a little closer to Franklin in that book than I do to like Alex. But Alex also, like, those are two very vastly different things as well, because Alex as a character is so he's supposed to be disconnected, like in the beginning of the series. But Alex, by the end of the series, I feel really connected to, and I feel like I really understood where his motives and everything that was coming from. All his actions that he took, because he took some fucking reckless actions. I think DeMarcus is always very clear to me, and so like he never once gave me a hurdle. And I also don't think Fran is giving me that much of a hurdle either. Or Fran. I don't think Francis is giving me that much of a hurdle either in Franklin and Francis. But those two characters almost like wear their hearts on their sleeves, even if their secrets are kind of evading their thoughts and their patterns. And so like in a way it works for them. It just doesn't, it's different. It's a different experience. Every writing experience is different. Every writing experience, by the way, is supposed to be better than the last experience. I wrote Gunshot Residue 2 years ago. The Muse is being written right now. Obviously my writing and I've edited so much more since I have as well. Like all these play a lot of factors into the final results and the enjoyment of all those results. So like I'm not shocked, but like I'm excited. Like to the point where I'm like, I want to write tomorrow. I don't even want to write on my off days anymore. And I actively want to like just dive into that story a little bit after I wake up in the morning, before I have to run go errands and do stuff, before it's just like a chill, relaxing rest of the day for release. Anyway, I want to come here and announce that all 3 books are officially out. You can read the entire trilogy. But yeah, which is so fucking cool. We're currently on day 11. Honestly, I just need a few days where I can just like write 10,000 words, and I actively want to write 10,000 words in this project. My work is not allowing me. I think I could probably maybe burst like 3 to 4K a day, but like that's about it. And I'm gonna have to accept that's the options that are happening. I'm also not gonna be working in my secret project this month, which was the original plan as well. I don't know. If I hit a hurdle, I'll move over into secret project. If I don't hit a hurdle, we're just gonna keep trudging along. I love this book so much. And I don't remember what I've been saying here. I'm filming a podcast. It's really hard to explain, but I'll explain it as we get closer to the release of it. That's dedicated to just like my writing thoughts and different things that go through my head as a writer, and that could help you as a writer. And it's a mix of like a lot of different things, and talking about pantsing and planting and potters and the last one I just filmed, and they're like 13 to 15 minute clips, and then an intermission all together to make episodes out of them, and then we'll have like I'll put a whole thing for it. You're welcome. Either way, I don't want to get on this tangent again. The moral of the story, so I'm not really sure I've said over here what I've said over there, because I've been more vocal over there, because that podcast isn't supposed to be due until like April of next year, so it's like really far off, and so I can talk about a lot more open about certain things, such as we've gone through deep spoilers for Gunshot Residue in that podcast, which I'm really excited about, because I want to do a tell-all for that book series, and it is coming. I did film one. I filmed one over a course of several years. Very, very excited to tell you all about it. With that being said, writing is going really well. I'm enjoying writing quite a bit. I'm getting into the point where I'm writing 20 minutes straight, but my brain is getting distracted because I have a lot of other things going on in life, and so I'm writing anywhere between 700 to 800 words in 20 minutes and like 400 words in 20 minutes. So if it's a good writing sprint, I can double it. If it's a bad writing sprint, I'm like on the lower end. So that's what we're kind of dealing with. Like yesterday I wrote 360 words, and I could have wrote more. I should have wrote more, but I didn't write more. I'm in love with the Muse though. We're hitting a point where I'm really looking forward to it. I am a little nervous that we're gonna plateau though. Essentially, I've been building something up and it's about to pop. And then I'm a little nervous that me as a writer is gonna feel that exhaustion of like energy and then just fall. Because that is something that I would do. And so I'm trying to build myself around it, so when the fall does eventually happen, because it's gonna happen, I can recover really quickly and we can move forward. And I've talked about some of my examples of that as well. So if you're curious, let me know in the comments. I can go in a little bit more in depth. That's what that podcast will be for. I talk a lot about that and different ways I recover from moments like that, because I find it really hard as a writer. And those aren't writing vlog moments. Those are just like you feel euphoric and you cannot come away from it. And so you're just confused because you didn't complete the book, but you feel like you completed something. And so I'm nervous. So that's what I'm building into for the next 2 or 3 days. And so I'm doing a lot in my power to rectify that. It's my big thing. I'll tell you guys all very soon with another episode. Not much to say. I don't remember the last time I talked either. Essentially, the last few days have been dedicated. We had a Monday and Tuesday. I don't typically write on those days. And I went from, I've talked about this in other places, but I've been building up to this like one thing throughout the writing period of time, and I finally hit one of those bigger moments, I should say. And hitting one of those bigger moments made my writing like plateau. Sorry, I just woke up, my eyes are tired, so I'm trying to focus. But I hit a plateau that I was not like directly expecting, and I thought I wrote out of it, and I did not write out of it. I did actually a terrible job of trying to write out of it. That was on December 14th is when I hit that plateau, and so it took until December 18th, which was yesterday, to write 648 words. I feel pretty good about the whole thing going forward. I mean, I feel really, really good about those words yesterday. So I'm excited. I'm quite excited. But I just thought I'd be brutally honest. So yeah, okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Hello, writing vlog. I don't have great news. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So I was looking at my stats page, right? Because I think that's important when you're struggling with a book. And I'm slightly struggling. Like I said, I've hit a peak and then I plateaued. We talked about this before. This is nothing new. And I was like, okay, but how many words have I written so far for the Muse since I started writing it again? I've written 20,000 words. Just about 20,000 words. That's absolutely insane to me. We still have so much to go. But I just didn't, I guess, realize how many words I really have written for the story at hand, which is crazy. And so I have started rereading Project Sarah. Project Sarah is my zombie story that is it's for like a pen name because it's like extreme horror, very violent, very graphic, very, very, very not romancy. And so it's gonna have to get published under a different name. I'm loving the reread. I'm loving being back in this world, and I'm coming up with some ideas for the new year and things. I'm going to try to still do at least 120-minute sprint a day to force myself to write into the Muse because I think that's important. And we'll see if I can just find that spark again while doing these. But I'm gonna do a 20-minute sprint today if I can't find it. I need to finish the book I'm currently reading. We will continue reading Project Sarah because I'm having a great fucking time. Can't doubt that. That's where we're at. We're reading Project Sarah. I don't know. Not writing. I'm not adding any words to our word count. Speaking of word count, I don't really actually remember the last time I did update you. So I don't know what day this is. Today is the 26th. And currently this month, in case I've not talked about word count at all, we can just do, I've had 12,401 words this month so far. So that's, if I've not started word count tracking, that's where it will be. I don't know if I have or have not. So, that being said, I'll tell you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.